Hey y'all, this has been a weird day. Hadn't done a whole lot, but I am going to cook dinner tonight. So I got a few little convenience items going on the stove for sides, but I'm going to make salmon patties tonight. So we have some chicken of the sea, pink Alaskan salmon in a can. Now, this is not everybody's cup of tea, but most of us that have grown up here in the South eat salmon patties. And the first thing I'm going to do is add about a cup of flour. Got about a cup of flour. And I'm going to add my seasonings. I'm going to add half a teaspoon of Tony's Creole seasoning. Half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. You can put more or less depending on what you like. Mix that together a little bit, stir it up. And we're going to add our salmon. Just pour the whole thing in there. There's bones in there. They're gross. I don't like to look at them. And I will pull them out, but you don't have to. You do not have to remove the bones. They are soft and they will cook and you won't even know they're in there, but I know they're in there, so they're coming out. And but I hear it's really good for you to eat them. And then we're going to add 1 egg. Kind of beat that up a little bit. I'm going to mix it all together. And I did drain my salmon. You can use breadcrumbs if you want, but if you came from a household like mine, growing up, we didn't have breadcrumbs. We had flour. And this is not all-purpose flour. This is self-rising. And you just give this all a really good mix. Let me see if I can make it where you can see a little better. You're gonna mix it all up really well. If you want more egg in this, you can. If you want to make that salmon stretch further, you can add another egg and about half a cup more flour. You'll make more patties that way and feed a few more mouths. That's just me and my husband, so I don't need to thin this out too much. And this is about what it looks like when you get it all mixed together. You can work on getting all that flour off the sides if you want, but it's not necessary. And I just take a regular tablespoon. Maybe it's bigger than the teaspoons that come with your silverware. And I'm going to make patties by filling it up about this much. See if we can get that into some hot grease. So I'm gonna go over to the stove and then I'll show you. All right, my grease is plenty hot. It's been heating up for a few minutes. This is vegetable oil, but you could use avocado oil, olive oil, anything like that. And I'm just gonna, like I said, fill my spoon up. And I'm going to kind of mush it together a little and just slide it into the grease. Don't stick your finger in there, it will burn you. Of course, you could add onion, you can add celery, you can add, you know, other stuff to these to beef them up a little more. But I kind of like them without all that in it. If you have small kids that don't like certain textures, this is a good texture. It won't, you know, be that weird mix of crunchy and soft together, which I have never, ever liked myself. You don't want to crowd the pan too much, but you can get a good bit of these in here. And as you can see, that's already 5 pretty good-sized patties. And I'll probably get 3 more out of this. Maybe 2. We'll see. Let's make one big one here, because it's just me and my husband. I don't have to make them stingy. I don't have to be stingy with it. And take this and put it on top of some that are already cooking to kind of make sure you get all of it. And you're going to let those cook until they're golden on one side. And then you'll turn them over. I'll be back in a minute when we do that. Okay, so you'll be able to see that the patties are getting really kind of golden. So you want to turn them over when they get this color right here. Kind of a light brown, light golden. And try to turn them in the order that you put them in the pan. If you remember how you put them in the pan, it helps. And if you don't have self-rising flour, you can use regular flour. It just kind of puffs them up to have the self-rising flour. Makes them look a little meatier, I guess. And so that's why I use it. Makes them pretty puffy. And be back in a little bit when we take them out and get ready to plate. Alright, it's time to take our salmon patties out. And I want you to see how pretty they look. I put a little paper towel down to absorb some of this grease. Kind of a little room here. And there you have it. Salmon patties. Try them. I bet you'll love them. Okay, y'all. There's something I need to show you about salmon patties. Now, I like a little honey mustard with mine. Some people like to dip theirs in syrup. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to drizzle a little bit of my homemade honey mustard on here. But I want you to see the inside. The inside of these is just, it's fluffy. It's not cakey, but it is fluffy. Let me see if I can bring this over here. And you see that? But it's so good. So very good. I hope you'll try these. And now I'm going. Bye.